Okay, Facebook Live should be working now as well. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining our next webinar. My name is Pilla and I'm a product manager at E-Residency, and I'm really happy that today with me here is Mathias-Erik from Voog. I will let him introduce himself and Voog right away. So basically, we're talking about how to set up your own online store. So I think this is has turned quite relevant these days, because almost every store in many parts of the in Estonia, both and everywhere else as well, is closed, and people have to move their regular stores to online. So hopefully, Mathias-Erik can help us out here. So if you have any questions during the webinar, please post them at the Q&A and we will go over them at the end of the webinar. Okay, so thanks, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Yes, my name is Mathias-Erik. I'm from I'm the one of the members of the Voog support team, and I'm very glad you are having me here today to talk about our platform. And I'm excited to show you what Voog is all about and how you can easily start with your own personal web store, or even website, or even a landing page, considering how you want to particularly develop it. But yeah, today we'll be focusing on the e-store or the web store part. So I will just switch my screen now to sharing my tab here. One moment. Now you should be able to see my screen. So Voog is a really simple tool for you to create your own website. It doesn't really matter if you're already familiar with building websites. If you're not, then you don't have to worry, because you can simply sign up and just pick a ready-made template and start adding your own content. Or if you're more advanced with websites and you need a custom project from ground zero, so to speak, it's also possible for you to create your website or web store on Voog. So I've just opened up our online store landing page here for you to simply just go over the first idea of our e-store solution. So you'll be able to know, as I said, it's really easy to start. You just sign up your account, which I will show you shortly as well, how to do it. We do have all payment processing available for you, from PayPal buttons to credit cards, bank links, also a PDF invoice if you need it. And yes, like a regular e-store, as you would need, with all its discount options, order management, and of course our support, which is always available for you. So what to do if you're interested in Voog is you just have to go to voog.com and you can choose your design. As I said, we have ready-made designs available for you, which you can always change and customize whenever you feel like. But I'll just come here like voog.com and sign up. I'll open up the online store tab here, but ultimately it doesn't matter which design I choose, because I can always switch them afterwards. It was not a problem at all. They all support adding products, so it doesn't matter, but we've picked out a few of the more popular ones that seem to be working with web stores specifically. So yeah, you just pick your favorite design here. Let's say I like the Anchorage design. I click on the choose, and then I can sign up. You don't have to add any payment methods or anything. You can just sign up for free. Their trial account will be for 30 days without any strings attached. So you can just give your web store a go. You can try it out, see how it feels for you, if it works out. So yeah, and what I've done here, I switched over to my site now, is I picked that particular Anchorage design for my site here. And once you sign up, you can see that you will have loads of demo content available for you here. So you can just start like you can take anything you need and just delete it and write your own info on top of it, or you can just remove it and add your I don't know, calories and stuff here, whatever you need as you need it. But yeah, I feel like for the first beginners for creating a website, maybe using our previously added demo content here is helpful for you to understand how the content areas are placed and what do they mean here. So let's say that I have this content area here, it's text area. So I can just add a new text area or whichever content area I need. So let's see, here's text, gallery, form. And if you click on the more button, you may find all of our content areas available. Whichever content area you want to use, you can add it here and move it around on the web page or on this particular page. So let's say I want to take my text area after I've added it and move it somewhere else. I can move it here on the banner. I'll just drag it back here right now. But basically, if you're starting out, then adding different sorts of areas or content areas, sorry, is really easy. Just add a few and add a gallery in front page, let's say a slider gallery. Yeah, you can you're already basically building your website. Now, our demo or our standard designs all have like a demo few items here available for you. Basically, this particular anchorage design has this grid for products. And let's take this backpack product here, for example. It looks just like a regular web page initially. There's no buy button available. But what you'll do is you need to add your own descriptions, your photos, your galleries. You can even add whatever like video windows and from YouTube or Vimeo or wherever you wish to add it from. And basically you're just building another simple page inside of your web page, or website. So now what you have to do to begin with your first product item is again, click on this add content area and choose your buy button, And once I have it available here, you may find out that this add to cart button is available. It's not, of course, it's not working initially because it's just a simple empty button right now. But once I click on it, I can immediately start setting up the product. Well, let's name it the backpack. Let's give it a price like 50 euros. Yeah, product code is a good thing if you have like a product catalog or something. I don't have it particularly at the moment, so I'll just leave it blank. I can also choose if I want to do drafts initially, if I'm setting up my store or not. I'll just leave it status here live. Let's say I have 500 backpacks in my store. And yeah, button label is you can add your text and price with VAT or without price. I'll just leave it without the price right now and I'll save it. Now, once I've done this, this button is now connected to this backpack item in my store. Well, yeah, I can easily add this button here, but that doesn't mean that I've already set up my store, right? So to begin with your web store settings, you may also see that there's a little link under here, like you can access your web store settings here. Basically, now we have to move on to the whole store setup, and which I'll do instead of clicking it here is I'll go down here to this menu, click on the store, and I will find orders, products, discounts, reports, and settings. I'll begin by accessing the settings menu. Now, it'll open up shortly the settings here. And what I did right before our webinar today is I added some example information here for you guys. So you get a quick overview how it looks when you filled it out. but I'll just go over with you so you'll know what all this means here. So basically, we do have to set up our store name, and we'll set up the emails, which the replies and notifications from your store that go out to your customers or from the system go out to you. And of course, there's a terms and refund policy that needs to be on your website, or privacy policy. So a lot of people ask that, okay, I'm not able to write it on my own. Like, where may I find this privacy policy for my website? And if you're setting up your store for Estonia particularly, there's this really good E-Kaubanduse Liit, which is e-kaubanduseliit.ee. They do have also their website in English, but most of their useful materials currently is available in Estonian. So if you guys are basically setting up your web store for Estonian customers, let's say, then you will be able to find a lot of great helpful material here under the beginners for e-commerce section. They've created a lot of privacy policy examples and the terms both in English, in Estonian, and in Russian. So yeah, I'll just make sure that you guys have the link in the chat, in our chat window later on. So you can download it here, the blanket, and just add it on your website. You don't have to write it. It's according to the law, and you just have to read it through, add your company information, and of course, add anything that you need is particularly important for your company or your web store. And
that's a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about the privacy policies in different languages, I wanted to ask, does Voog support any other languages besides English as well?
Yes, of course. I'll quickly go back to the website here, and I'll just talk about it right now. Well, Voog is a multilingual platform. You can, first off, the interface menus here are available in, I think, like 9 or 8 languages.
Oh, okay.
So if you're from Russia, or you're from, yeah, basically like English is the universal language, right? But we do support like various different languages as well, like Latvian, Lithuanian, Italian, or was it Italian? Anyway, so, and basically you can build your website in whichever language you want to. There's no restrictions. Quickly come to this site structure menu, so you'll be able to see how it looks. The language menu here is up here. Like, of course, I've created an Estonian website. We were visiting or editing the English website previously. I've already added here a Finnish language, and I can keep adding these languages.
Okay.
If I'm adding these, then yeah, basically I can select any language I wish. Let's say like I'm adding maybe a Danish website. I'll be adding the language menu name here. I can select if the website visitors are able to see this language firstly, like either by detection from your browser info, or if you want to pick, like, let's say English, and set it as always this language first, which is for like globally every visitor will see the English first. And yeah, you can also hide languages from your website menu if you wish to just keep it in the background initially. And yeah, another great thing is that if you add a new language, you can duplicate content from one language to the other one. And this doesn't mean that the system is automatically translating content for you, but if you've added huge galleries or forms, contact forms, or let's say like tables and basically all kind of stuff that you have to like build regardless of the language on your website, you can duplicate it and just replace the text. So it's like a shortcut to creating a website a little bit quicker than you would from ground zero. But if you wish to just I don't know, create a Danish website here without any information from other languages, then just select do not duplicate and add the language, and it will be added here. So it's really simple. And yeah, most of the work for you is to build your website in every language separately. And yeah, that's about it. And you can create your web store in all different languages and so on. So yeah, of course, creating a website or web store in different languages is possible. And yes.
Cool.
Yeah. And I just wanted to add previously that on this e-commerce site, there's loads of other useful information as well, like all kinds of laws. If basically, if you're setting up your web store in Estonia and you have like somebody available who can translate you this content here, or maybe use a Google Translator if you're visiting the website here, just check it out and see. There's loads of different guidelines for you to start out with, and it's really helpful in my opinion. Now I'll just jump back into the settings menu here on the e-store, our website setup, and I'll just follow up with a little more information regarding the initial setup. So there's all the basics that we need. We can add our currency here. We can add our VAT %. Now, one important thing right now, currently, you can run your web store with one particular VAT %. Or if it's, let's say you're working like in the States or somewhere, you can add 0. But basically, for Estonian here, it's 20. And it applies to your website as a whole. Mm-hmm. And we're aware that if you want to have like a multilingual web store available globally in different languages in different countries, then of course you need different percentage options here. And this is in our development plans currently. So yeah, this will be available as well. And I can add a minimum cart total, which means that let's say that I need that my customers will, or let's say like at 30 euros here. So that's the minimum that the cart has to be in total for it to be able to go or process through. Otherwise there would be sign. It's just like one of the features that you might want to use in a particular situation. And I'll put it back to 0 here. And yeah, I can also switch off my store, the whole store buttons. Let's say that I need to close my store for just inventory for 3 days. I don't have to go on my website and pick out every item separately and delete any buttons or anything. I can just disable or disable my store from this one menu here and switch it back on again. So to avoid having the situation where people might be ordering items from my web store that aren't maybe currently anymore available or whatever is the case. You can set your invoice info here, and you can add your logo on your invoice, bank details, your company information. And the order code format here is basically the order title. If you need to have a prefix or a suffix here, and order number beginning. Let's say that you already have a web store somewhere else previously. You don't have to begin from 0 with your orders. You can just continue, like let's say 76. Now my order numbers will look like this because I've added this dash here in the prefix section and this number. If I need to have anything in the end, I'll just add web store or whatever is the case that I might want to add. So you can just basically format your order code in this menu here. Now, I will also show you quickly how to add shipping methods and payment methods. which are all obviously very important. So Voog is basically open for any kind of shipping method that you wish to add. You can add, I've added here a few of our local postage options. Of course, many are available in Finland and in Latvia as well. But basically, if you have like a local system that works, then you just click on this add new shipping methods. You have to basically fill out this form here. Let's say that this particular option of this service or the courier service, the cost is for like, let's say the box is, I don't know, the M size of box is €5. You can add information here, and all the package automat locations are under the options. I'll go back here and open up one of the examples so you will see a bit better. So basically this is Estonian, I know, but yeah, these are all our local automats that's available. And well, this is just an example. And we have all of these lists in for Estonian options like SmartPost and DHL and Omniva are all available on our support website for you. But of course, all of these shipping offers, they have their own lists on their own websites as well. And we've been often asked if there will ever be like an automated shipping method available for Voog. This is also something that we're currently working out. So you will have like modules available for your any kind of more global shipping options. But until then, you can manage it manually here, add them here as much as you need. And yeah, they'll be all available for your customers in the shopping cart. And yeah, the last one here, I'll just explain it in English, is that the option for to pick up yourself. For example, if you're living in a small town and you're in a local bakery, or maybe I don't know, maybe you sell t-shirts, then you can always add this option that people can come by your shop for their service.
We received a question from one of the listeners. Can I ask it now?
Yeah, of course.
Can freight costs be calculated automatically depending on the recipient's address?
Currently it's not possible. The automatical sequence isn't added to our store settings here, and that's what I meant by hopefully us being able to include a module that will do that in the future. As of now, if you, let's say that SmartPost, for example, has like 3 different package sizes, so I can add them all here separately. And so basically they all can have their own prices here. So it means that you have to manually control this part of your website or web store currently. You just have to add them here, and then yeah, your customers will be able to pick in between them. But yeah,
for example, insert some fixed fees depending on the location or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, yes, exactly that. All of their like different box sizes have their own like at least inside of Estonia, they have their own fixed price. But of course, there's also fixed prices for like different, like for Europe and so on, with different companies like DHL, for example. So you would have to add them here depending on your product sizes and everything that specifically applies to your website. So yeah. And of course, onto the payment options. If you begin with your website, you will only initially you will just have the offline invoice option, which is the PDF invoice. If your customers want to pay via a bank wire, so this is possible. Initially, just what we did here in the store info menu was we filled out a bunch of information that will be added onto your PDF invoices. And Of course, this information will also go on the invoice if they choose like a credit card link or anything else. Like all of the documents basically coming out from your web store will be filled up with that information that you put there previously. And for for shopkeepers in Estonia and in Latvia, Lithuania, and Finland, for example, we have integrated the Make Commerce system, and this is available in 4 different languages here: in English, Estonian, Latvian, and Lithuanian. And basically, you would have to sign up to this service if you want to add these particular bank links that they are offering. And they are all local bank links for Estonian bank links, Latvian, Lithuanian, and Finnish. Also, there's an option for credit card payments. And yeah, it's really simple. You just have to sign up, fill out the form. It's for free, but they will start charging for you for your like every payment that your customer clicks on the link and the payment is being processed. Then there's just this pricing module available, and of course, if you're signing up, then you will be able to see everything in detail, and you will be able to know how much is this extra cost for you. But yeah.
A question.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone outside Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, or Finland is interested in this feature, is it possible to like custom modify it for the client, for example, from France?
Yeah, well, the thing is that this particular service just has these ready-made bank link modules.
Okay.
Of course, you can use your credit card payment options globally.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're currently working out a Stripe connection as well, which is another bank link system that's more of a global popularity. And yeah, of course, once that is ready, then I think that like an analog system for Make Commerce is a good option for everybody outside of the Baltic states here, where we just happen to be the most experienced and yeah, where most of our clients have been up until this pandemic. Now that we find more interest in Europe as well, with different local stores and restaurants and so on. And yeah, well, basically, as I said, you can also use the credit card payment links from here. And yes, we do have the PayPal option as well, which is also a global solution for many web merchants anyway, has been for years. I'll just quickly open it up and show you guys how it looks here when you're setting it up. It's really simple. All you have to do is just sign up for PayPal. And once you've done that, you are using a particular email for your PayPal, right? So you can add it here. And now our system here provides you with 2 URLs, which are unique for your service or your website. And you can copy them from here and just follow these steps. And basically you have to go to your PayPal profile and under your menu, just add those URLs there. So the correspondence between your web store and your PayPal account is working. And once it's working, you can just, yeah, it'll appear in your web store shopping cart. And yeah, there's possible to or the PayPal credit card, which is also available. And yeah, basically, as far as the payment options go, you can you can use these 3 ready-made modules. As I said, something's in the works currently, and we hope to introduce more global payment bank links options as well. But yeah, right now, using a credit card, PayPal, or even the offline invoice option, which I think isn't as popular or has been popular in recent years, but I think bank links and different direct payment options like a credit card option is obviously more quicker and more popular. Now, I'll just come to this orders menu here and just quickly show you guys how it looks if you've been running your web store for a while on this menu here. And yeah, we have a few of example different orders. And on top of it, it looks just, you have your order number, your customer mail address, and the date, and the order status. Now, if I just open up a random order here, if a customer orders something from your web store on Voog, you will be notified of this order on your email. And of course, your customer will receive an email as well with either the payment confirmation if they're using the bank link, like credit card link, or with a PDF invoice that they want to pay separately via bank transfer. Now, you will, as a shopkeeper, you will receive an email that all of the information is available for you inside that email, including the invoice. But you can always come back to your store orders section here and see all of the previous orders. And I will just quickly show you guys what you can see here is basically the status. For example, this is a canceled order that has been either, if you refunded them later on, you can set it as canceled. It doesn't change automatically if you're doing something behind the system. Let's say that your customer is having an issue, something they want it refunded or canceled, then they will contact you and you will just have to set your order payment status here, canceled, or the shipping for not dispatched, for example.
Is it possible to track the shipping status online for the client as well?
Well, this is tied with the shipping options that we were discussing earlier. So they all, or most of them, offer this option because they have their own package number, right, and their own website or their own basically interface where you can see how your shipment is moving.
Okay, so from pickup, when the delivery guy picks the package up, then it's possible to track. Okay.
Yes, but not through your web store particularly. And yeah, there's the address information and the order details that they selected from your store and where they wish to have the shipping. And of course, you can filter this menu here if you want to see different payment statuses, like let's say I want to see all pending, whatever, and they're all available here. Same goes for shipping statuses and archived. Let's say I want to archive all my canceled, or I don't know, maybe whatever kind of, I don't want it to have on this menu here. And if you're using some kind of third-party system for your order management, or your bookkeeper is in the end of the month wants to do like a roundup, then you can always export everything that's going on in your Voog website here as in like an Excel document or CSV. And I suggest using the CSV with items, which is the whole order breakdown for you. So you can use it, everything's being exported for your other programs, and you can just import it there if you need to. But yeah, a lot of smaller shopkeepers are happy with this solution here. They can just take their reports at the end of the month from here as well. So it's not a problem. The products menu, of course, has all of the different products that you've added onto your website. You can filter it through language and add new products here. This is good if you don't particularly have like a visual item on your website yet, but you want to add your products beforehand. So what we do here is we just add a new product as we did earlier, create it. Now it's available here. And once you go back to your website to edit the site in the visual mode, and I can add my product text, or let's say like something there next to it, and just add a new button like the buy button we did previously, and then connect the ready-made product with the button already, so you don't have to create it in that menu. So maybe you just have like loads of products that you want to add beforehand before you maybe design the website, or have different people doing different parts of the website. So if you have like a small team, then you can use it. Okay, I think we have another question maybe, or is it?
Yes, wait.
Yeah, I saw a blinking light, but I don't see the question right now.
Okay,
So
I'll read it out loud then.
Yeah, thanks.
So Walter is asking, my products require that for every order, the client should send a certain amount of text that needs to be recorded on the order. And 2 questions. Can Voog accommodate a window where the client can input this text? And can I download it via the order details access?
Yes, basically this is available. This is basically the final part of our section here today. When you're ordering the product and you fill out your information, if you're a customer, there's also a window for your like comments or extra information. And this is basically the field that you should use for that information. And then all of this information will be sent to the shopkeeper, and they will be able to see, like, let's say, for example, like a certain part of text or whatever it is. It's also a good, well, commonly used for any kind of information or comments about the, let's say that I need something ordered in certain time frame or whatever, comments to the shopkeeper. And yeah, basically that's possible, and I think it isn't a problem. Now I would like to, just for a little information, little bit of information here, that if you guys are signing up your accounts or trying it out, and of course today we are going over a lot of new information, and there's loads that might be covered that you might want to go back, and maybe some of the stuff that might not get answered immediately. If you guys are trying the service out, then feel free to contact us whenever you need. On this lower right side, there's a chat window with our live customer service, and you'll be able to contact me through this window as well. And of course, there's always this button here, the question mark, and you can access the database of our support articles, videos, everything we are talking about today, and everything that goes with our store, with the website overall, is available for you in different sections. So you will find helpful articles available for you at all times. And another cool thing is that I've created a few of these webinars on different specific topics that you might find use as well for, let's say, like SEO, which is basically the part of the website building that you might want to have to do with marketing it. And yeah, we have loads of good stuff available here if you're just starting out and you don't, you're not particularly sure that if you want to use Voog and you would like to find out more. So that was just a little bit of side information. And yeah, maybe I'll just go and show the discounts option as well. If you're a shopkeeper and want to do any kind of like sales, and it's really simple. I've done 2 of these previously. Here I'll add a new one, and yeah, let's say that this is the spring sale. Spring, I'll just add it in caps lock, spring 20. Let's say that I'm doing a 20% spring sale here, which is valid from today up until, let's say, 1st of May. Of course, I can always control here in this menu that for some reason I might want to close it beforehand. I can just close it right away so it's not working anymore. Otherwise, it will just stop working once this date runs out. And yeah, I can choose the discount type from either percentage, which is, for our example, we wanted to use 20. But I can also use a fixed price, which is also available here. And you can say that 50 euros, and redemption limit, let's say the first 100 people with this code can get like 50 euros off, or 20% off their purchase, which applies to shopping cart, selected products, only shipping, or both the shopping cart as a whole and the shipping. So there's quite a few options for you to use here. And we'll just add a discount here. And what I like about this redemption option is that, let's say you have a mailing list and you're sending it out, and let's say that, yeah, maybe the redemption limit should be bigger. Let's say that like a 500 or so, and you can just do like a little thing on social media that the first 500 people will be able to use it. So yeah, I think that's a good way to like do a little boost for your sales, and use it however you might want to use it, or maybe do like a free shipping sale. So I think that's about it covering this discounts menu right now. We've gone over the settings, and yeah, finally, reports menu here is for you as a website owner, the web store owner. And since Voog has various subscription options, which we will go over shortly now, I will just open it up. I will show you guys pricing menu. So like I previously said, when you sign up for Voog, you will get a 30-day free trial account with our premium subscription, which is all resources are unlimited, which means that you can have everything as much as you need. But there's also available options for smaller, like let's say smaller stores, or maybe if you're not using the store feature and you just want to do like a little website landing page, then there's the standard option, which allows like 3 users, 3 separate editors, up to 30 pages on your website, and up to 3 languages. Plus is more popular one, which has more storage, unlimited online store. You can use everything, add as many items in your store as needed. Only thing is that Voog is doing like a 3% transaction fee, which will be billed at the end of the month, as it says here. You will be billed in the beginning of new month after reaching the threshold of 30 euros in transaction fees. So basically, if you're doing huge numbers, then I suggest moving up to premium, because there's no transaction fee in premium, and that's the best way for you to focus on your sales and yeah, use it as if you're like an active website on web store. And of course, if you run into any other specific questions regarding our subscription options that I'm not going over right now, then feel free to send me a message or email afterwards. I'll be happy to explain it and help you pick out the best possible option for you. But as I said, in the first 30 days, if you want to just give our service a try, then you will be getting the free premium for a month, and without any anything. Even if your trial period runs out, your account won't be deleted or anything. It will be just closed for public. So yeah, it's really easy to operate within whatever time frame you choose to do it. And yeah, I think finally, before we close out our session here, I would like to also talk about one important little detail about your website, which is your personal domain, which is the address of your website. It might be so that you've already registered your personal domain previously with like GoDaddy or Namecheap or wherever. There's like tons of these different services that allow you to register your own domain. But you can do it, and you can simply import it here. You don't have to buy it with Voog separately. If you already have it, just click on this import menu here, type in your domain, let's say like mydomain.com, whatever, and I'll click on the import. Well, as you see, this already has been taken. This is a good one. So I'll just for the lack of ideas, I'll just add numbers here. Now my domain is here and it's externally connected to the website. It doesn't mean that once I just click on this import menu or button that it's working immediately. Of course, I have to go back to my service provider and point that domain to our services. And to do that, you can just click here and type in domain, and you will find the article that helps you to go step by step with everything you have to do to point your domain. And as you may noticed, you can also buy a domain if you wish to, if you don't have it previously, and just type it in. The system will check if it's available, and you can add as many domain names to your website as you like to, like let's say with your country's suffix, or maybe just one global.com domain, and yeah, they will all be connected to your one website. They will all bring everything on here, like everybody. And yeah, another thing that's currently with our clients, that they ask that the Google Chrome keeps saying that my website isn't secure, but our system installs the SSL certificates automatically to your domain, which makes it secure. You might see this little connection is secure sign up here. But if for some reason, if you don't have it, then you can just click here, select your domain, and click on the activate selected. It doesn't go with any extra fees or anything. It will secure your domain with a certificate. And this is something that's being detected, or is like compulsory for every store and everything in the search engine as well. So most definitely make sure that your domain has an SSL certificate. And if you run into any questions, then here's our support email address and this chat window below here that we can always assist you however you need. So yeah.
I have a question again.
Yeah.
So basically when, for example, in the case that I already had a homepage, for example, in WordPress or whichever other platform than Voog, and now I want to create an online store in Voog.
Yeah.
Then can I import the domain here as you just showed, so they would have the similar domains, or how
yeah.
does it work?
Yes, that's exactly right. You would have to import your domain to this website. And once you change the domain settings in your like original registered website where you signed up your domain, then it will disconnect itself from your previous website and will start displaying your new website here. What I usually suggest people to do, if you already have like a web store active from previously, then just keep it active and build your new site in the background. Don't point your domain immediately, because it might take a little bit of time for you to get your website done for a few days. For example, like we do have awesome stories with people that have set up their store within 24 hours. But then again, if you need a whole month, then feel free to do it as long as you need it. So yeah, once you're ready to go live with your website, then I think that pointing your domain is that bit like the final thing that you should do once you're ready to just go over live. And yeah, this is yeah, we've tried it writing guides. We've done a video and everything, so you guys can do it as easily as possible, because I realized that a lot of people aren't like domain specialists, so it's might be a bit of complicated theme, but no worries.
We have another question from a listener. So we have a WooCommerce based website. Is it possible to transfer data?
Well, yeah, it's another case by case sort of thing. we would have to look at your website. We haven't had any WooCommerce import experience, but I think we've, for example, we've had content being transferred over from WordPress, and yeah, basically, I think as far as actually setting up your web store, I would suggest the idea that you build it from zero here manually, because yeah, we don't have any working automatic import systems. And if, for example, if you don't have a web store somewhere else from previous, then even if you have like a large catalog of products, then there's no like option for you to sort of import every product with one click to your web store. You would have to add them on your website still. So there's loads of work to do. So that's why maybe Voog is the best solution for smaller merchants that have like from 10 to maybe 200 products on website, then have time to build it up and manage it. The same goes for the shipping options, as we previously discussed, that there's no automated features right now. So yeah, there's a lot of manual managing, and that's why maybe Vogue particularly is suitable for smaller merchants, I would say. But yeah, we do have like larger companies on our platform as well. It all depends on the particular case-by-case situation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone else has any questions, then please let us know. We can take a few more, but if it's okay, then I would like to ask that you have brought many examples from Estonia and from the Baltic states, but I guess you have clients from all over the world. Do you know where they come from mostly, besides Estonia?
Yeah, of course. Well, we do have a lot of people from Europe, from Germany, from Holland. We have clients from the States, from Australia. We have a few from Japan. So we're actually covering pretty much globally every continent and every country. But yeah, most of our clients come from Europe, I would say, outside of Estonia. So yeah, because for one really simple reason, that is that you can simply create your multilingual website, not even web store, right? So before we had this web store options, we used to have just the website option, and you can create really quickly your website in your mother language, then in English, and then maybe a neighboring country. So yeah, if you're like a local maybe artist or maybe a merchant again, then it's really easy to create, especially in this, like for example, in Baltic states, or maybe in Germany, you want to add your German and your French and your English and everything. So I think, yeah, for Europe, it's a really good solution.
And they are mostly smaller merchants, right?
Yeah, for web stores, they are mostly smaller merchants. Yeah, that because it's such a simple tool for yeah, if you already don't have like a big complicated store going on with different programs and stuff, then I think people tend to find Vogue in this situation where I'm just starting out and I want to try out setting up a web store, and I don't have a previous experience in this. So we find that, especially in this situation, Vogue is a great tool for you to begin with.
Yeah, sounds great. You have mentioned a few things, but what else do you have planned for the future?
Yeah, basically right now we're just working on updates for our web store and trying to really cover different bases with whatever is necessary for people to work with our products and keep developing it. Of course, we do have exciting plans for Vogue as a whole, and we have like huge updates coming up in the future and working on this. So yeah, there's loads of going on, and yeah, we're just excited to see that people are discovering our product and using it for their web stores or even landing pages. We see politicians, we see musicians, we see artists, and so on. The website is a great tool that, let's say, everybody has like a Facebook page and an Instagram page. And something we even didn't get to mention today is that, of course, you can integrate your social media buttons and everything on your website. This is all possible, of course. But yeah, basically, one thing that I like to say to people who ask that, why do I need a website, is, well, we all have like our companies' Facebook pages, and they pretty much look all the same because the layout is the same for us, and people can scroll through because they've been used to it, seeing all sorts of different information. But if you really invest your time into your website and you add your own beautiful design and add your own elements to it, then I think you can make an impact on people, especially when you're starting out and you want to, maybe you'll have like a mailing list on your website and special content and everything. Then yeah, I think website is the greatest hub for everything that you provide.
I completely agree with you. I do always check different companies' social media pages as well, but I do really feel that the companies that have home pages are much more credible than the companies that only use social media.
Absolutely, I agree. And
okay,
of course,
yeah.
yes, I just wanted to say that that if you opt for one of our ready-made design, then of course it's working on mobile devices as well. You don't have to worry about it. It's right now today, like a lot of people visit your website from a mobile site anyway. So this is something I forgot to mention earlier.
Okay, and our last question comes from our listener. Can we add unsupported languages manually?
Yes, this is possible. You can add, if we're talking about like building a website in this particular language, as I said, you can add whichever language you need. We have basically all the flags in the system that can be added. If you have like a particular local region that you want to use a flag for example, there's loads of different regional flags in the language menu in different parts of even Europe and whatever. Then yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that it is possible, and you can do it in the language menu.
That's great. But this is it for today. Thank you so much, Mathias-Erik, for being with us. And I'm a lot smarter when it comes to online stores, and it does really feel convenient to manage Voog. So I wish everyone who listened in got some details they needed, and please turn to Mathias or Voog website when you have any other questions while building your own web store.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a pleasure. I'm happy that I got to introduce our little product here today, and yeah, of course, feel free to get in contact with us via support@voog.com. It's all available on voog.com, so just look us up, send us a message if you have any follow-up questions, whatever. We're always here, and we'll be happy to have you with us.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.